I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
Alex, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Alex is blowing in the wind.
Alex is under.
Welcome to Game Talk Extreme Weather Edition,
AKA eShop month.
where eShop. You guys, I'm calling in from my phone because Kentucky got hit by some crazy ass storms last night, and I don't have power. And this is the best I could do. So
Now, Alex, I'm aware that you have been caught up in a bit of a storm, as you say. Are you suddenly in a world full of color?
Spencer, I'm out here in the field. We should have recorded it last night during the storm because the winds were crazy. I'd be like, I could be like reporting out in the field.
Yeah.
The roof off my parents' shed is currently flying down the street.
That's great, Alex. But Terry asked you a question.
I see it in the photo. Terry.
Yeah. Well, Alex, I want to know: have you crash landed on any witches?
I'm not in Kansas yet, or I'm not in Kansas anymore, I should say.
Uh-oh. Is there a
Kansas is
road?
dud.
Perhaps a yellow brick one.
There are no roads in Kansas.
See it. If
don't
we were
exist.
to reenact Wizard of Oz, which characters would we be?
You would be
Dorothy.
Dorothy. I'm just gonna say that.
At least I get Toto, right? I get Doug.
Yes.
Well, for all Dorothy, then it's like the name of this month, 3D.
That's true.
3 Dorothy. Yeah.
Wait, this month is 3D?
Yeah. That's what Alex is right now. He's in 3D Gexified.
Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately Alex will not be on video. You can't see his beautiful face, but you can see Gex.
That is my beautiful thing.
Oh, come on now.
If you want some after show Gex action, where can you go, Alex?
Excellent question, Teddy.
Mm.
You can tail whip your way on over to the Discord and wing your tongue to catch some conversation. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I did the Discord plug.
There's 2 other ones.
Spencer,
Alex.
Spencer, the Tin Man. Where else can they go?
All right, lazy bones. You can go to Apple Podcasts and Spotify to get your audio needs taken care of. Teddy the Scarecrow. Where are they seeing us now if they're actually seeing us?
Well, if you happen to actually be seeing us, that would be because it's all about you. YouTube, which is the place where you're on right now. And since you're here, stay a while, like the video for Gex. It would make Alex happy. And subscribe.
What is this month actually?
It's eShop month in celebration of the closing of the eShop.
It closes this month on a day. Do we know what day it is? What day it closes?
I'm looking it up.
We're gonna have a funeral
20,
pyre.
27, probably.
Yeah, 27th. Yep.
27th. So we'll be arranging a funeral. If you want to join us, we'll give you the address. Show up in your best black suit.
Mm-hmm. There will be no funeral.
I'll tell them that. I want to see who shows up.
Well, We just set up cameras at a certain location just to watch if people show up.
I'll just be across the street at like a fucking Denny's or something, like walk, like looking at the window. Those idiots. They all showed up.
It would be at McDonald's because that's where the eShop or like the Wi-Fi thing kind of took its celebratory infant steps.
There you go.
Free Wi-Fi and heart disease.
Mhm.
Hand in hand.
They're both there.
Disease, funerals, you know, get what you pay for.
So in celebration of eShop month, we got some eShop episodes coming up. Man, we got some good ones. We got a good one next week. Special guest. I won't spoil who it is.
Somebody who has been claiming that we're going to see a lot of these videos. It's like, oh, just not another 3DS eShop hidden gem video. That guy. It's him. He's going to be here.
Metal Jesus?
Yes. We got the Metal Jesus to come
We
join
got
our
him,
show.
boys!
And spoiler alert, he was not happy about Alex's impression. And those Alex and Metal Jesus duke it out in a battle for the ages.
Battle
Yeah.
of cheese snackage.
That's,
Who can
that's
beat the
actually
block
why I'm not
first?
showing my face, is that I am fucked up right now. Because I got beat. Metal Jesus beat the shit out of me.
Weather the storm with Metal Jesus.
Yet he still sounded very calm. He's like, Alex, I'm gonna have to beat the shit out of you.
This haymaker is a hidden gem, and it's coming right into your nose.
Gems.
Oh, an uppercut.
Or like hidden jabs.
Yeah.
He's sneaking them in.
Wouldn't it be, that'd be crazy to be calmly beat the shit out of?
Yeah, just like super chill.
Just like,
Hey.
oh,
Good throw. Oh, yeah. Your knee.
one person is screaming out of pain and for their life, and the other person's just calmly punching them to death.
Just relax while I kick your ass.
It's so soothing.
Yeah. You may not know what these hands can do.
Oh my god, that'd be great. Should we get to the questions?
Hey.
Ask away.
As always, it's game talk. We start out with questions from the community. If they want to leave questions, what's the next month?
Violence month, just like Metal Jesus beating the shit out of me. April was violence month, so we'll be celebrating all things violent. Leave us a question.
Community discourse coming, Terry. April. It's April. I don't know if Alex told you, but if he didn't.
April, Terry, April.
It's the stupidest month name I've ever heard, but it's Violence Month. I'm expecting some pretty damn good questions. It's such a broad category.
Violence month. That's the best name, dude. Violence month.
Oh god. But
Categorized as like 80% of video games, you know.
yeah. There should be some really great questions. I think if any month you need to ask some really good questions, it's Violence Month. I'm expecting a lot from our audience. Let's see if they pull through. All right. Violence
Ready
Month.
to get your ass calmly kicked the shit out of.
Yeah. Our first question is from TurboZone.
Turbo.
That's me.
What was your first eShop game?
Turbo Zone, do the honors.
Oof. Hold on. I had an answer to this. And I forgot. I think when I got the Wii, because like, I'm not counting the Wii, because that's like the Wii Chop channel. I'm counting the Wii U or 3DS. So I guess it would be 3DS. And my first, oh no, my first eShop game was when I got the 3DS. I had like the Club Nintendo thing, and through Club Nintendo, I got a free download of 3D Classics Xevious. So I got to play 3D arcade Xevious on the 3DS, and that was my first eShop game.
Beautiful.
My first was Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. And I almost beat it because I was so excited about the idea to get it before like you could get it in stores because it was like the night before or something. So I downloaded it and I accidentally almost beat it the same night because it's such a quick game. But super fun. I like the game a lot, so that was fine.
And the Mal crossing New Leaf. It was a night one purchase for me when I got my unit. It's just the type of game that seemed well suited, and unlike Spencer, who beat his in a night, it's still beating me to this day, and probably into Violence Month.
Ooh.
Animal Crossing, the star of Violence Month.
Been 10 years, 10 years of ass kicking Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Don't give away our map out.
Never happened. Never ends.
You know what I almost said because I thought my first game when I was reading that was Fantasy Life from level 5 because that was the first after I did other stuff. So, but it was Zelda. But if it was going to be Fantasy Life, like what a disappointment it would have been because I hated that game.
Alex is the only one with the eShop exclusive.
Yeah. If you want to count like first game I bought, it was probably Mario Land 2. But that Club Nintendo, man, they spoiled me.
All right.
I can't think back to the first exclusive that I got. It's probably some Game Boy game. Game Boy Color. Check, because I have my loggery. Remember your first exclusive, Spencer?
I don't know if I have any. I don't.
And why was it
Oh.
Sonic Labyrinth for the Game Gear?
It was probably some point and click adventure game. One of the ones I talk about. Well, spoiler alert, I guess, but one of those. I never used
Drew?
I never used the eShop in any way to get like the deep cuts or anything. I just used it to get popular games. Mostly.
Okay. Maybe Mario Golf on Game Boy Color.
I have that.
Oh, we're counting that as an exclusive?
It's a virtual console game. I don't know.
I mean, I got the Pokemons on it, if that counts.
Gunman Clive? I don't freaking know, man. Colors in. I can tell you.
All right. Next question. And we gotta break out the ruler for this one. It's from Games with
He's
T.
getting spanked.
You're gonna have to get spanked a little bit
Boy.
because he has 2 questions. Who does he think he is? Terry 309?
We can't answer the second one. Can't answer the second one.
His second one is a little confusing anyway, but the first one is it's a little generic. Come on. It's from Games with T. What are your feelings on the eShop closure? Do you
a
want
lot of closure?
Do you want me to ask the second one? It's similar, I guess, but it's a little confusing.
Ask the second one, and then as a group, collectively, we'll pick the one that we want to answer.
Okay. The second one is there an eShop right now that you would hate to lose? I think he means like, is there like a digital marketplace?
Yeah, digital.
Okay.
Can I answer the first one?
We can answer the first one. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
How do I feel about so I don't care about the Wii U eShop closure because basically
come
all of
on.
those games are everywhere else on Switch, I think. And also on 3DS to some extent. With the 3DS eShop, I'm caring less and less about the virtual console stuff because Switch is now getting like subscription models, but at the same time, like I kind of want some of them. Like I wouldn't mind re-downloading a couple because I probably won't even activate like the N64 Game Boy Advance one. But I think I am kind of in a rush where I just want to drop $200 and just like go grab a bunch of games, even if they're ones I already own physical. So like Dragon Quest 8, I want to get digital. I want to get like Etrian Odyssey 4, 5, and Nexus, and maybe Stella Glow. And I'll probably pay retail price because they've stopped putting these games on sale.
Yeah, I'm a little sad about the 3DS one. The Wii one I don't give two shits about, but the 3DS one, it's just there's a lot of unique RPGs on there that I'm just kind of sad to, because when I say this knowing full well I was wrong about Etrian Odyssey, but they're a little bit difficult to port to other things just because of the uniqueness of the 3DS. So I'm a little bit nervous to see those just kind of disappear overnight. But I'm sure, I've made the rounds and gotten what I want, but hopefully with a lot of them, they can find a way to get them onto other things. So we'll see.
I think you guys are sleeping on that Wii U eShop.
Nah.
But
I get a lot of good sleep. Getting a lot of rest lately. 4 years rest.
Just like with any console, it's sad to see at eShop end, because I feel like the end of an era almost. But I don't know. I do have some like sense of finality that like whatever's on my Wii U and 3DS, like that's gonna be it, and like that's gonna be like my legacy with the console is I bought these games, So I don't know. I'm sad, but also at the same time, like it's cool to kind of move on.
A little anecdote about that. When I was on the plane ride back from Spencer's house, I looked at my 3DS menu of like all my games, and he's like, "Did you jailbreak it?" And I said, "No." He's like, "Usually when I see people with that many games on there, their system is jailbroken." I told him, "No, I've had this for 10 years, and that's my whole library of games that I purchased over that time." So I agree that that's a cool like framework to look at it. Like this is my portfolio in a sense, without like making it too work related.
Yeah, it's cool. Like my 3DS and Wii U are the same ones that I've had since I first got them. Yeah, well, not the 3DS, but the accounts. So it's just cool to be like, hey, here's what I got. Here's what I played.
Then when I pulled out my Wii U tablet on the plane, the guy looked at me and was like, "Ew, what's wrong with you?"
You plug in your Wii U and it's playing like
The back of the seat.
and you plug so many wires strung across the seat.
Yeah, the lady in the window seat was pissed at me.
Somebody's had to have done that, like plugged in their Wii U and played on a tablet on a plane.
I doubt that.
All right.
Love it, but I doubt it. Yeah.
Terry309 is prefacing these questions with "Never use the eShop, so I have no questions related to it." So instead,
There's a president master right here. 2-question Terry.
For now, April could be his time to lose the crown.
Oh, snap.
Careful
Still
what
get 2 for next month.
Careful what you wish for, Terry.
Yeah.
All right. Question 1. What is your video game guilty pleasure?
Something you enjoy playing, but like you feel bad about it? Enjoying it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel bad, maybe ashamed. Or maybe like you feel like you shouldn't enjoy it. I don't know.
Like you guiltily suck time into it when you feel like you should be playing something else?
Maybe something
that could work too.
Might not be great or good, but you find enjoyment out of it. Something like that.
I mean, it's
I've done that with like some of. I've done that with some of the like post Naughty Dog pre like current era Crash Bandicoot games that are like by random other teams that weren't that great, but I still played through them and like kind of have a fondness for some of those. Like I guess that'd be like my guilty pleasures. And, like some of those like middle era like Crash Bandicoot games that probably aren't that good.
I think my guilty pleasures are not like I feel bad about, or like I not like it's a bad game and I'm enjoying it because I usually don't feel that way because I'll just usually boot something else up. But my thing is like with the modern consoles, you have all these games that have been downloaded, especially like on the download onlys like the Xbox. For me, I usually just play a round of Miss Pac-Man and then it turns into like 5 games of Miss Pac-Man before I boot up anything on the Xbox.
Score yet?
No, I got close, but I did get the trophy where it's like you eat all 4 ghosts in 4 times in succession in the first round.
Nice. I got that one. Yeah, yeah, where you do like all the power dots.
I'm close. I'm within like, I don't know. It's like if it's in the hundreds or the thousands, but yeah, very close to you.
I don't think I have like a game in particular, but I love like skill trees. Like I'm like obsessed with them. And even like in World of Warcraft, they have skill trees, and I just get so excited and like lose my shit when I see them, and it's like put a skill in it once every 5 hours because that's how long it takes to level up now. Even though online it tells you what the skill tree, like what you're supposed to do to make it the most effective, and it's like the even though there is a tree, it's completely linear, just based on that. But
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I still find myself preferring things with skill trees just so I can put the points in. It feels like progression to me, I think.
Yeah, it's like your lizard brain. It's like I need it.
Yeah.
Gotta have the
Gex
skill tree.
brained. Gex is in my brain.
Your Gex brain. Gex, get out of my brain.
Stop telling me to level up my dark elf.
It's time.
We'll say I'm supposed to be playing Phantasy Star 2, but I am guiltily playing some Dragon Quest 7 on the side.
Dude, I was supposed to, and I did. I was supposed to play Phantasy Star over the weekend, but then I bought Cult of the Lamb, and I have dumped 18 hours into it.
Oh my God.
There we go. This is our
My
guilty
bad.
pleasures. My bad.
It's like knowing, like that's a good one for like the podcast or like videos, like knowing you're supposed to be playing something for that, and then like not doing it, playing something else.
Okay, I'm supposed to be playing Dragon Quest 7. Hint, hint. But I'm actually
like Phantasy Star.
That would be so funny if that was what I said. And it's actually not that far off. But I have been playing Octopath Traveler 2. And that's taken time. And I actually angrily played Octopath Traveler 2 because I was playing Dragon Quest 7 and lost about an hour of progress because the game froze. So I said, so I yelled at my game and then I switched over and haven't played it since.
Yeah.
Question 2.
I hope you go back.
I will. Question 2 from Terry 309. All right, let me suit up for this. All right.
Shoot up.
SNES Mapper is a Wushu master and he challenges you to a duel. The stipulation is that you must play card games on motorcycles. He picks Mako Tsunami's deck. Which Yu-Gi-Oh character's deck do you choose to duel SNES Mapper? On which brand of motorcycle? He needs Terry. Please punctuate these questions. I understand it's very hard to read if you don't punctuate these. Who will win, and will you be able to survive the beatdown SNES Mapper will bring on you in a punch-up after the match? Now, is punch-up like a British term for a beat, like a physical beatdown? I don't know.
That's what Metal Jesus said to me before he beat me out. He said, "Did you know that in Britain, they refer to this as a punch up?"
And then he found it.
Well, when you like hit somebody while they're down, that's like punching down. So it sounds like you're getting punched up, like you have the upper hand.
Well, so
Or
we're
maybe
the
that-
oppressors.
Oh, that was when Metal Jesus threw me up in the air and then punched me out of the air.
He comboed you.
Yeah,
Punch up.
I remember
I'm
that.
a full body.
I remember that part of the podcast. It was pretty impressive. Okay, so we know
I have to drink all my milk.
Yeah.
Oh,
so we know these two things. We're having a Yu-Gi-Oh duel on motorcycles. We need to determine what character's deck we're going to use. Good luck, Alex. And what brand of motorcycle we'll be on.
Luck,
okay.
Teddy.
Let me clarify. I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh or motorcycles, so my answer is going to be Shrek.
Correct
For
deck.
both. For
Write
both
that
answers.
Both Shrek and Trek.
Okay.
And yes, that's the other.
What's Shrek's motorcycle called?
Oh, that's a good question.
Shrexicle.
I was just gonna call it Donkey.
Yeah, this is Ride Donkey.
Does that
Donkey.
happen in the movies?
Sure.
We'll find out during the Shrekathon.
Maybe his motorcycle's a dragon. What if
When
they
are we having the
replaced
Shrekathon?
dragon in How to Train Your Dragon with donkey? How to Train Your Donkey.
No, man, that's the dragon in How to Train Your Dragon is named Toothless. By the way, I just want you to know that. That's a great movie.
Donkey has 2 teeth. Just 2 up on less.
Toothless. Toothful. Okay. So we know he's using a water deck. Not that there's any type issues or anything. Like it's not like
No?
Pokemon.
Bruno has a water deck?
Yes, Bruno has a water deck. He picks Mako Tsunami's deck. That was a
Wow.
I mean, but there's no type anything, so it doesn't really matter.
I thought I'd pick the Taco Bell deck.
I guess I'm going with Kaiba's deck. Why the hell wouldn't you? He's got all the cards.
Does he?
I mean, all the
Doesn't have the 5
man.
pieces of Azkaban.
Exodia, and you're right, he doesn't. But I'm not winning with that. I ain't
True.
lucky.
I don't know how you play Yugi's deck, man. That's insane. You have to randomly draw the 5 pieces of Exodia.
Well, he usually doesn't win that way. It's usually through some form of the Dark Magician.
Celtic Guardian.
Because usually the Celtic Guardian wins those matches.
Well, it's part of the story. I always see Celtic Guardian on the show.
Yeah.
I'm going Joey because Joey's a badass. He's got an accent that I appreciate as a New Yorker. It's Joey.
You like luck decks.
I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win over Bruno with my Joey deck and my Italian accent. The motorcycle will be a Harley Davidson because it's the only motorcycle I know.
Okay.
Are you playing your 3DS?
3DS. Playing my 3DS, Bruno.
My motorcycle will be like a Kawasaki or something because I only ride Asian vehicles.
I was hoping you would just stop. I hoping you would just say, "I only ride Asian."
Only ride Asian.
That was it.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be sick.
Soften his Kawasaki.
Who will win? I mean, technically these are additional questions, but I guess whatever. But who will win? I guess we're playing to win, right, Teddy?
Yeah. He's got the water deck. I don't know how impressive Joey's deck is, so probably I'm just gonna go Bruno.
Well, Joey's deck is entirely luck based. He has a lot of, well, not entirely, but mostly luck based. He's got a lot of things that like you flip a coin or you roll a die. So,
Alex, you ready for this? How Phoenix pushing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
you
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Can I play Digimon games?
Ask Bio. Gotta read the bio.
You know who wins? Metal Jesus. He bodies all of us.
True.
All right. Well, that's all.
Softly and relaxed in a calm manner.
That's all for the questions we have.
Hey, Alex, I hope you like getting bodied.
Can I interest you in getting bodied?
Have this full body beverage. After effects are getting bodied.
Oh my god.
Violence month. Ask questions. Make them violent.
Yeah, I feel like all these questions were we turned them into just commercials for Violence Month, but that's fine. That's as you do, right?
Listen, if you think Violence Month is going to be the dumbest name for a month this year, you are mistaken. 'Cause we got
You are wrong.
Actually, genius. Why haven't we thought of it sooner? Yeah, you know, video games, violence. Oh my gosh. Never put the two together.
All right. All right, we ready to talk about some games?
Hell yeah.
eShop talk.
Time to talk.
What are the rules? What are the rules?
Gotta be on the shop, eShop, free close. Also, we talked about games that like are gonna come out later this month. Try not to talk about any of them, but if you have to, so be it. The rule
I'll go
enough.
first.
I want to go first.
Damn, dude.
Spencer, who's going first?
Let's do Teddy.
Now, we talked about violence, and this one involves boxes. Boxing, to be precise. It's BoxBoy. Original.
My boy.
BoxBoy. Living in a
My
box. Living in a cardboard box. BoxBoy. Hal Laboratory game. You know Hal. Pal Hal. Pal Hal. They did from Palhalla. It's the Viking lore. No, they did the Kirby games. And they also did Part-Time UFO, which I did a review here on the Button Mappers for. This is coming from the Wikipedia. It was an experimental project developed while the studio was working on Kirby Triple Deluxe and Kirby the Rainbow Curse. Project plan was conceived in July 2011, and it revolves around QBBY, a character who can produce boxes and use them to solve puzzles, move around, and press switches. This is a cute puzzle game where you're basically a single box and then you work through a level of worlds, and each world has unique challenges where you can extend QB to release a finite number of boxes from his body in order to solve puzzles. Sometimes that involves getting over like pits, sometimes it involves pressing buttons and getting picked up by cranes, as well as a number of other unique level ideas. They're really good brain teasers. I think this is the type of game where it's really great for a commute game where you can kind of just pick it up and work through a couple puzzles and not think too deeply about it. I don't see myself really craving BoxBoy when I'm home, but on the road, I want some box to go. And this game was really popular. It spawned a number of sequels also on the 3DS. BoxBoy, Bye Bye BoxBoy, inspired by NSYNC, and then on Switch they have BoxBoy and BoxGirl. To my knowledge, BoxBoy and BoxGirl is not a remake of this game, so the game on 3DS is unique, meaning that experience there is unique. So you can't just go and download BoxBoy on Switch later unless they bring it later. It's really cheap. It's like $5. It's cute. Some of the puzzles are a little they make me sit there and think about how to do it. There is a hint system where you can use play coins to figure it out. I tend to find myself not using it, although in situations where I've been kind of just like, how the hell do I do this? I have. There's an added challenge. There's crowns in each level that are like an added challenge about trying to figure out how you get there. That's about all I got for the boy, BoxBoy, 3DS, $5.
Just get your
How
recommend.
do you feel about? Oh,
Who?
how do you
going?
feel about the minimalistic like art style?
How do I feel about the what art style?
The minimalistic art style.
Oh, yeah, I'm a fan of simplicity. I think it's cute. It looks good, and it's functional. I don't. I think that is a good point. Is that like they don't need to like overdo it? It's mainly just about a fun puzzle platformer game. They do spruce a couple cutscenes in there. Box Girl actually shows up at one point.
Mm.
You can customize Box Boy. I think get what I have him in like a pair of sunglasses or something. So he's pretty chill, cool looking. Has a little flavor to the game. There's not that much though as far as customization goes. Um, and then like I guess within the levels themselves, it's literally just like a black boxes are the floor, and then like the empty space is white. Um, works.
Excellent. Looking at these screenshots here. BoxBoy.
34.
That's what I call the homeless man that lives down the street. I
So-
pass him and I say, "What's up, Box Boy?" And then you throw something at me.
Box man.
That's what I call solid.
Like you
What's
call
up,
me
Box?
Box man, guy.
Yo, what's up, Box Man? And he fucking throws like a beer bottle.
I'm the box man.
Shit,
Oh, I didn't know that they.
it's me. Oh no, he.
There's a Switch version.
They what?
Box Boy plus Box Girl.
That one has co-op. It's the fourth game in the series. So yeah, there is a Switch version, but it's not identical.
Mm. And you had you played these from the beginning?
Ever. I just downloaded this with the impending doom of the 3DS closing. So
Mm.
I played this for the past month or so. World 8.
Are
There's a
you-
lot of levels.
Are you compelled to finish the box lore?
For lore purposes, no. I don't see myself doing a narrative analysis on this game. But for the puzzles,
Are
yeah,
you-
I could see myself going through it.
Okay.
But
You know I remember, I forgot which game it is, but I remember they had a Box Boy amiibo, and I thought he was cute as fuck.
yeah, I've never seen it, but that'd be cool.
Is this
One of the 3DS games I think had it.
is this one of the better puzzle platformers you've played, or where does this fall into all the puzzle platformers you've tried?
I did play Pushmo, and I think Pushmo is a little more innovative. I think that this is fine as far as puzzle platformers go. Honestly, I towards the latter half of the puzzles, I started to get flashbacks of the part-time UFO where I remember getting a little frustrated. But that one I feel is less functional. This one I feel like if I really thought about it, I could have figured some of these things out. But I'd be sitting there trying all these different combinations because the way it works is like they're like, oh, you can extend Box Boy 4 boxes, and so you can go most directions. You go up, left, right. So you could do kind of patterns like boom, 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 boom. So like kind of like Tetris blocks is a good way to think about it. You can throw those blocks, and then sometimes I just never figure out what it is exactly they want me to do because of how the Box Boy interacts with some things. Like there's laser beams crossing. How do I get a block to drop so I can get past the laser beams and also hit the switch so that the thing goes? There are checkpoints, so it's not really frustrating in that regard as far as progression goes. I don't feel like I lose progress or anything. But as far as like how inspired it is, I don't think it's the most impressive puzzle game I play. It's just a cool $5 one.
Is it better than Dylan's Rolling Western?
I'm not doing that one today. I can't tell you.
Can't speak.
You have
on
to
Dylan.
ask Dylan.
I have to ask Dylan.
Button Mappers ask, Dylan. Oh, Dylan. Your game better than
Damn.
BoxBoy?
Whenever for a long time, me and Damon got super into Smash Bros. And every time somebody would draw the Dylan assist trophy, we would just go fucking nuts because it's fucking Dylan.
All right.
As you should.
Just be like, holy shit, it's Dylan!
All right, Alex. Well, you were in all of a frenzy to go, so I guess you're up.
Hi, my name's Alex, and today I'm a representative for the Nintendo Wii U. Some people say that the Wii U doesn't have RPGs or games, and I'm here to prove you wrong. Because today I played a game on the Wii U that's part of a classic RPG franchise,
Ooh.
Dungeons and Dragons. That's right. Buckle your seatbelt because it's not an RPG. But I played Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara. It's a compilation of 2 Capcom beat 'em ups, which is Tower of Doom and Shadow over Mystara from '94 and '96, respectively. At this time, in like 2013, Capcom was re-releasing some of their older games, and then some of those games got taken down later on, but this one is still available, and it was not on 3DS or Switch. So if you are a Nintendo fan, this is the only way to play it. It is available on Xbox through backwards compatibility and Steam, and probably PS3 if that's still available. Chronicles of Mystara, like I said, is a compilation of 2 Capcom beat 'em ups that are based in the Dungeons and Dragons universe, and they are very good beat 'em up games. They sort of, they're arcade games, but they sort of like incorporate aspects of Dungeons and Dragons into the games, like picking your class. During the story events, you have like different branching pathways you can take. So it'll be like, you come across a bridge, for example. As this didn't happen, and do you walk on the bridge or do you go, a separate way? So it kind of makes you feel like you're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons in a way. And it has the classic creatures from Dungeons and Dragons to fight against. So you'd be fighting the Beholder, right? It's the guy with the eyes, or some of the other classic creatures. I can't name them off the top of my head because I'm not a big Dungeons and Dragons guy myself. But beat 'em up fans, this is fantastic. It is 4-player. That's why I loved playing this on the Wii U. I got this back whenever I was roommates with my buddy Damon, and we would have friends over. And this was one of the games I loved to break out because it is a 4-player beat 'em up experience, and it's super fun. Other than that, it's just a great Capcom beat 'em up. You can use items, and there's like a shop system, and the games are pretty lengthy. I think to clear one of the games takes close to an hour. So for an arcade game, that's pretty good. And it's just a really cool release, and it's still on the Wii U. So if you got a Wii U,
Ever play the Sega Genesis one?
no.
Oh,
What's
okay.
like a Genesis one?
Dungeons and Dragons Warriors of the Eternal Sun.
No, I've never played that one.
Oh, okay.
I played like some of the other like the older 8 series games, but I've never played that one on the Genesis.
Hey, just curious.
Did you ever play the other Sega Genesis one?
What was that one?
It's called Golden Axe.
This does feel a lot like a Golden Axe game.
No shit.
Yeah, it does, which is understandable because Golden Axe was inspired by Dragon Quest, and Dragon Quest was inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it all kind of leads back to here. This game hasn't been re-released since, I guess because of the Dungeons and Dragons license, and it was developed by Capcom, so I guess they have to have a certain agreement to re-release this title. So, recently they've done like the Capcom beat 'em up bundle or like the Capcom arcade stadiums. This isn't on those, so this is the only way to play these old beat 'em ups is through this collection.
And this was, I mean, technically that collection also has, you said it has Tower of Doom, right?
Yeah, it has Tower of Doom and
And then Shadow over Mysteria.
Shadow over Mystara.
Mystara.
Yeah, Mystara, yeah.
You're
Whatever
right.
it's
It's
called.
Mystara. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. Apparently, Japan got a retail version which has more content. That's something I will say as well is that it does add like missions to complete while you're playing, and like unlockables and like archive stuff. So like if you're super into these games, there is a lot to like go back and collect and do.
Cool. Have you ever played
So that's
Dungeons
neat.
and Dragons before?
No, this is the closest I've. I mean, other than like playing like Baldur's Gate or something, the closest I've gotten. I am in no way of that audience of people that actually want to play Dungeons and Dragons. I have plenty of friends that do, but me myself thinking about like sitting down and playing a game of D&D, it does not appeal to me. But I enjoyed playing this and seeing like the different monsters and stuff that I've seen before in like other media.
Can we play this on Wii U eShop together?
It does have online, but I don't know with the eShop closing. I don't know if the online works. I'm not home, so I was gonna play some before we pre-recorded today. But with this weather and stuff, I'm out at my parents because they still have power, and I played it on Steam. It's on sale on Steam right now for like $3. So I just picked it up on there. I think originally it's like $15, which still isn't terrible. Um, so I played through it last night on Steam. I'm sure the Steam version still has online, but the Wii U version,
So what have you learned about Mystara's Chronicles? Have you chronicled Mystara?
let's see.
Mystara?
I met a village of gnomes. That was cute. Um, I fought a hot sorceress chick. That was awesome. Um,
Ah,
I white water rafting. That was great. Um, and I learned that I really like being able to dual wield swords because I played as the fighter class.
Hmm.
deal in life. Dual wield swords. Complain.
That's what I've learned. So
D lore master.
roll
Yeah.
your 12-sided die and get ready for
Why-
Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of Mystara.
Why are you rolling your 12-sided die?
I don't know, Spencer. I don't know anything about D&D. Which one's the 12-sided one used for? Attack?
It's generally used to calculate damage.
Yeah. So you're gonna calculate how much damage this will do to your wallet when you buy it.
Oh shit.
Did you eat a D&D ice cream?
What's D&D?
Dungeons and Dragons?
Ice cream? Oh, like a flavored, like if Dairy Queen was like,
Yeah.
today we have D&D flavored ice cream.
Yeah, what would it
What if
taste like?
D&D
Yeah, I'm
opened up a
imagining,
shop?
like-
Yeah.
I'm imagining like it's a chocolate ice cream with like chunks of like cherry.
Ooh.
I would eat that.
Yes. I would eat that for sure.
That's what I'm imagining it would look like.
Sweet. So yes. D&D ice
Yeah,
cream.
Definitely.
Capitulated.
The real challenge is to find me an ice cream I won't eat.
the
Won't like.
Chronicles of Alex finding an ice cream that he doesn't like. Oh, what about like
It's almost.
what about like those like nut flavored ice creams? Like what about those?
Like pistachio.
Those
Those are good.
pistachio. Okay, what about
I like.
like my mom likes one. I can't remember what it was. It's like the most boring sounding ice cream ever.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll give you a freebie but this is just my like. I don't like anything flavored or like I don't like anything that is. I I don't like strawberry, so just in general, I won't eat strawberry. So
So that
strawberry ice
kind
cream's a no go.
that kind of rules
There you
out
go.
two ice creams then, right? Because strawberry and then Neapolitan if you get a full scoop.
Well, I can kind of live with the other flavors. So I don't know. I think if somebody like had Neapolitan, I could survive.
You could
You
live.
know, I could still have some ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you give me
Acai.
like a full carton of strawberry ice cream, I don't want it.
Do acai.
Acai,
I never had an ice cream
maybe.
flavored like that.
No,
Sounds good.
Dog.
but when I worked at Starbucks, they sold a strawberry acai refresher,
Mhm.
and people around here would come through and be like, "Can I get one of them strawberry acais?"
I thought it was pronounced Akai until like not that long ago. Like no, I never said that word, so it's like nobody would correct you out here.
Who doesn't want a strawberry? Acai.
I mean, that's what it. I mean, it should be if it were a real word.
Speaking of strong opinions in Arizona, we got our last game.
Strawberry opinions.
Strawberry opinions in Arizona.
Home of the ice cream.
Home of the melted ice cream.
Yeah,
Hot.
Cactus flavor.
yeah. Cactus.
Ooh.
Mm.
Let's delete it.
Rock flavor.
I'll try it.
It's got like the thorns in it though. It's the
In the ice cream.
yeah, in the ice cream. Do you want it? Do you want it real or not?
The flavor might be so good, it's worth it. Right? It's worth the pain.
Yeah, the prickles, the pricklies.
Free toothpick.
My tongue may be bleeding, but my heart isn't.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Arizona cactus ice cream challenge. Can you eat the ice cream without piercing your tongue?
It's just like an awful thumbnail of you like with like things coming out of your freaking mouth. Like bleeding and stuff. It's like, but it tastes so good. All right, my game. I do RPGs, so I picked an RPG. I don't know that I'll finish it, but my favorite game is Chrono Trigger, and I noticed that a lot of RPGs stay away from time travel, and rightfully so. It's kind of a disastrous thing to do. I mean, some of them have like little hints of it, like Dragon Quest V has an element of it, but nobody usually makes it like a big gameplay mechanic. So it's always nice to see one try it. Now, this game, not a lot of people talk about, but the ones that do talk about it seem pretty high on it. And I've had it downloaded for a little bit, but never really invested time into it, hoping that I would someday. And I guess this was the perfect opportunity to, because it's eShop month. So my game is Radiant Historia, Perfect Chronology. It is a remake of a Nintendo DS game, obviously called Radiant Historia, and it deals with time travel. I am not far in this game at all, so there's probably a lot that I'm missing about it. And just looking at some of the pictures that I see, I haven't seen some of this stuff yet, so I don't want to give any full-on like amazing reviews of it. I'm just going to give you my impressions of what I've played so far, and even the story, I don't even think I'm anywhere near being able to explain what's going on. But I start out with this guy. He's got red. He's all in red and he's blonde. And it's a turn-based RPG. I will say that it has some element of tactics to it. So your enemies are on a grid, 3x3 grid, and they all have their own placement on there, and you can manipulate where they stand based on some abilities that you have. So you use that to enable combos. So like you can knock one person into another person, and then the rest of your party attacks that group instead of just the one, because you're attacking basically a square, not an individual. And then so they'll do combos based on that. And you get more experience points by doing that. I'm of two minds with that concept. I like that idea, and I've always been interested in how you can combine a tactics RPG with just a traditional turn-based. I don't know if I see what they're doing as something I would like to do for like 50 hours, which is what an usual RPG takes. But I'm willing to keep trying because it's there's some interesting concepts to it. As far as time travel, where the gameplay picks up on that is, so far it hasn't really been a gameplay mechanic so much as a story mechanic, where I did something in my game and they're like, you're going to go back in time and do something completely different to save your party, because my party essentially got wiped out, and then I went back in time. But so far it's all been through the story. Now I'm sure, based on what I've seen so far, I can see where they're going to integrate it where it's more of a gameplay mechanic as opposed to just a story mechanic. So I'm kind of excited to see how that goes. And I don't know. I'm impressed, and then in other ways, not so impressed. Graphically, most 3DS games I feel look a lot better than this one. I've noticed that. I'm not sure, because it reminds me kind of like of Final Fantasy IX when they remade it. I still like that game, but you'll notice in like the HD remaster of it that the character sprites were not sprites, I guess, but the character models and stuff were spruced up significantly, but the backgrounds were not. So there's like a very big disconnect. I think you can fix it in mods, which I might actually do. But there's a difference between them, and it's pretty noticeable. In Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology, it's very noticeable. Your characters are just very almost like outlined and very digital looking, and the backgrounds are more matte or almost look like a lot smoother. And so when the characters walk on it, there's a juxtaposition that's kind of uncomfortable. I'm not sure why that is, or if they just didn't bother to fix that or something. And then things that you can interact with on the screen are also like the characters, like they're meant to be. They're seen as different than the backgrounds. So that part is a little bit odd. It gives it kind of a cheap looking feel to it, which I don't really care for. But I kind of give it a pass because I understand it's a DS game and they're trying to recreate that and just add a bunch of content to it. So I try to look past it. The characters themselves seem kind of interesting. It also has an issue that I'm seeing in a lot of RPGs, especially this era, that I don't care for, but I also understand why it's there. There's a lot of talking, and maybe I'm still in the early stages of it, but it's like I don't need to hear everybody's little detail about everything they're thinking. I feel like a lot of this stuff I can infer. So, but they still do it sometimes. Like I know SMT, Soul Hackers. I don't even think it's called SMT anymore, but Soul Hackers 2 had a lot of talking in it, and I just kind of dealt with it because there is a good game underneath it. So this game, I'm hoping, has that as well. So those are my initial thoughts on Radiant Historia. I wish I could say more, but that's where I stand with it. I'm going to keep playing it, although I have some other priorities, so I don't know how it'll fit into that.
Is this a remake of the DS game? Is that right?
Yeah, Radiant Historia.
Okay.
It's not that much remade, though. It's mostly just added content and just an excuse to cash in on the 3DS RPG fans.
That's what it seems like.
Is this an excuse to cash in on a DS game?
Yeah. The 3DS had a lot of them.
Sorry, I had to repause my question.
Yeah.
I've always heard of this one, but it just isn't one that's ever been on my radar. Would I like it?
No.
Okay, thank you.
That is all. I don't know. There's Reddit groups, I'll say it nicely, that I've been on and seen, and they make some pretty bold statements, and usually they're pretty unfounded, but they're like, if you think Chrono Trigger's time travel is good, I mean, you think Chrono Trigger is a good game about time travel, Radiant Historia is way better. And I kind of roll my eyes at stuff like that because it's clearly inflammatory. But I wanted to give it a chance, and so far it's been fine. I'm willing to keep going. I don't know that they're even like in the same league of games. And I don't necessarily mean that like Chrono Trigger's in a better league, although I do think that. But I just see it as they're completely different games. Like Radiant Historia is very anime. Even when you boot it up, it's like got the rock music with some anime girl shrieking at you. So it's like Chrono Trigger is not that, and they're just. I feel like they're aiming for very different things, but I'm curious at the least.
Isn't that intro like remake exclusive? Like all those animated cutscenes? I feel like that's not on the DS.
I have no
I don't
idea.
know.
I couldn't tell you.
I played this on DS for like a little bit, and then my experience was that I found it was convoluted, especially the time travel thing, to the point where I wasn't grasping it. I'm not a Chrono Trigger stan or anything, but it is straightforward, especially with the time travel and everything. So I can appreciate that about that. I would have to like really commit to this game, I feel like. And I don't know that it's warranted. What I do know is that a lot of people Chrono Trigger was on the DS as well as Radiant Historia. So like it was like, oh well, you want another great RPG on DS? Well, here you go. And it's very similar. Time will tell.
And you have Mario and Luigi Partners in Time too. Man, the DS had a lot of time RPGs.
There's a cooking mama. You can cook with time.
And I am a Chrono Trigger stan, thank you. And I wish Chrono Trigger had an anime opening AMV.
It does. But it's not. It's more normal, and it's also got an anime to it. There's a two episode anime of Chrono Trigger. That's
That's called an OVA.
It's pretty bizarre. Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
You're welcome.
Chrono Trigger stan.
Chrono Trigger stan.
I appreciate your commitment to the Chrono Trigger timelines.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the games we have for the eShop.
But don't you worry, because more games are coming down the street. Here they come.
Look down your street right now. Go outside and look down, and you'll see them coming.
They'll be here. They'll be here by next Monday.
Okay, then don't go out now. Maybe like Sunday night, very late. Park yourself out there, and you'll wait for them to come, and they'll show up very tired.
They're being hauled by Metal Jesus in all his raw strength.
Little Jesus is playing Santa in the new Christmas movie. Got a
Metal
bag
Jesus.
full of 3DS hidden gems.
Metal Jesus. That's like the new Disney Santa Claus movie. They like remake it, but it's not Tim Allen. It's Metal Jesus. On one night on a hunt for hidden gems. Like you see Santa on top of the game store.
Scowling at everybody.
Santa? Is that you? Oh, he falls off the roof. Now, Metal Jesus has to become Santa. And he's like, all the boys and girls will get hidden gems this Christmas.
That or he's inverse Santa and actually steals presents from kids, video game presents, and then puts them in his bag and claims them as his own hidden gems. Okay, so I collected a lot of hidden gems today.
Metal Santa. He's both
Santa
Jesus
but metal.
and Santa.
Steals presents from all the innocent, unsuspecting boys and girls.
Do you think Christmas is his birthday? I mean, he is Metal Jesus.
Santa? Yeah. Metal Santa? Metal Jesus. Metal Easter.
Meester. That's what we're really celebrating with Violence Month.
Jesus.
Metal Jesus fought his way out of that situation.
Are we ready to talk about all things biblical?
That's for
Metal.
Bible Month.
Coincide. Oh, violence in the Bible. You know?
I would love Bible Month, and instead of a game for game talk, we like bring a scripture.
Yeah. Spencer abstains.
I don't know.
Sorry, Spencer.
If we played Bible month, I think we could play the Bible game, and that would be fun. Was there like a couple NES Bible games?
Spencer's secretly been waiting for Bible month. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to bring it up to him.
Yeah, I always bring it up to him like ironically. Like, wouldn't
Yeah,
it,
guys.
wouldn't it be stupid if we played the Bible game? And then we all laugh, and then we stop, and then I just
You always bring that up, man. It's so funny.
It's such a good joke.
4 years running. Oh, wait, guys, no, wait.
Do a book talk. Bible book talk.
My favorite book.
There's only one book.
Old Testament versus New Testament.
Which one rocked hard?
Ranking Bible scriptures.
Yeah. Take
Ranking-
that, King James.
Ranking the 12 apostles.
In their tier list.
Ranking the 10 Commandments. I think that's
Oh. History of the Bible.
we have to pick a person from the Bible. Do
Yeah.
share a history report on them.
This is becoming a thing. Happening before our very eyes.
Listen, if there's any churches out there that want to pay us, we'll shell out for some. We'll do it.
My Bible in my lap. Just itching to scratch it.
We'll even get the metal Jesus.
He'll teach you the 10 commandments of pain as he's punching you in the mouth.
True.
Commandment number 1 is don't fuck with metal Jesus.
Thou shalt not fuck with metal Jesus. Honor thy fists as they fly into your face.
Thus, Metal Jesus was conceived.
Metal Jesus was conceived through a beatdown.
Yeah,
Biblical proportions. Yeah.
Mary got into a street brawl.
Yeah. Out comes Metal Jesus.
Metal Jesus
Pregnant. Yeah.
is like the bane of prophets. He's I was born. You like street fighting? I was born in it. Literally.
I was born to find hidden gems.
I'm savior of the hidden gem. I'll preserve these games.
Now, as all these games have broken my bank account, so shall I break your back.
Back-breaking joke. Well, just like that, we broke the back of this episode.
Killed it. Good job, boys.
Thanks. I was relaxed.
Spencer, I don't need that, okay? I don't need your reassurance. I know I did a good job.
I just feel like you don't.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Let's be on the recording. Cut it off! Cut it off!
You know what, Alex? This is what I really think of you, you piece of shit.
Guys, this episode was just tragic. I don't know what the hell. Like, I just wish we did like something a little different. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Be more violence. Bring more violence next time.
Yeah. We need to ratchet that up.
You guys like fight more?
We should meet up. Do you know how they did like a creator clash for like YouTube creators? We should just do button mapper clash, and we should just meet up and fight for violence month. Should just go to like an IHOP parking lot. Like 3 a.m.
Make it as like ghetto as possible. It's like, but like dress it up like it's like a normal thing. We met up at an IHOP parking lot at 3 a.m. We had a crackhead become the ref for our fight.
We had a crackhead as the who's the girl that like runs like the signs in like a boxing match, you know? Like
Yeah.
We had a fight on the Walmart self-checkout line.
Yeah.
anything goes.
Nobody noticed.
Who will check out first?
I grabbed the Reese Cup kiosk and threw it at Spencer. He was like, "Oh no, my peanut allergy."
He stabbed himself with an EpiPen. I'm not going down without a fight.
Spencer pops some Mentos into a bottle of Coke.
I'm
Maya!
down. I fully endorse this idea for Violence Month. There's no other way.
I'm like rethinking the Violence Month community because I know what our topic is. No spoilers, but I think the real topic should be like video yourself getting into a street brawl.
This month will be Violence Month, and our community discourse is: what are you, some kind of pussy? If you ain't, then prove it on camera. That's what I want to see.
I would love that. I would love to like get submissions for that. Like you just see him on like in the in the middle of like a Starbucks.
Just freak out. All right, guys, this is my submission for Violence Month. He just grabs some girl and grab her by the hair and like toss her.
He turns to the camera first. Hey, games with tea here. I'm ordering a tea at Starbucks.
I'm gonna take this dumb bitch and pound her into oblivion. All right, here we go.
That's a terrible idea. If we were like bigger influencers, like on TikTok or some shit, you know, like they'd be able to get some stupid kids to do that.
Yeah.
That's what's terrifying about the internet.
I just wish we had that power, but maybe in a year.
We say every year.
We'll become influencers. That'd be so funny.
That's that TikTok.
Yeah. Gotta get on there.
See you guys on TikTok.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.